It's strange how a month can change everything. 1 month ago, I was still in my small apartment, waiting for the phone to ring, waiting for my chance, waiting for somebody to see me. And most nights, I was just waiting to survive. Then, he appeared. The Italian, smooth, rich, polished, and full of promises. He said I wouldn't have to go back to the hotel anymore. He said those nights of cheap perfume and empty pockets were behind me. And for a while, he was right. I traded in 4 walls of faded wallpaper for a penthouse view on the Upper East Side, a closet of expensive dresses, champagne that never runs out. His world was all sparkle and glass, and I slipped right in like I belonged there. But here's the thing about promises. They shine bright when they're new, but trophies lose their shine after a while, especially if you're not still winning. He promised me the studio, a chance to work on my music, to push me forward. But the truth? I've spent less time in the studio this month than ever before. I've been standing still, smiling on his arm. I'm his trophy now, his secret, his side piece, polished up and tucked away when it's convenient. And I tell myself that's enough, that this is better than what I had before. But when I'm alone, when the champagne wears off, I wonder, did I trade one cage for another? Tonight, he wants me here at the party with him, in his world, and maybe that's enough, maybe. But there's this little voice inside me, quiet, but it won't go away. It keeps asking, when do the promises come true, Mae? When do you stop being his accessory and start being yourself again? It's strange he never touches me. He only uses me as a pawn to the highest bidder, to close deals. But I guess I should be happy about that, especially since my heart still belongs to another. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what this rich man really wants. I don't have an answer, not yet, but I know I can't walk backward. I can only keep moving forward, even if it means walking right into the fire.
Carlo Renaldi. In Milan, the name means power. My brother Lorenzo and I, we had our hands in everything. Real estate, shipping, clubs, art, investments from Rome to Paris to New York. The Renaldi empire is wide, respected, and feared. When Mae Barnes came into my orbit, I did what I always do. I learned. Money buys information as easily as it buys wine. A private detective, a swinger club owner. They told me all I needed to know about Mae and their so-called holy family down in Alabama. Respectable on the surface, full of secrets underneath. That's what made her interesting. And then she comes to New York. Fresh, hungry, unguarded. It should have been simple. She should have fallen into my world. The penthouses, the champagne, the marble floors of my estate. All she had to do was let me take care of her. But no. She meets him. Chris. Slick-talking, fast-smiling Chris. I didn't see it necessary to approach him at first. He wasn't worth my time. A man like that burns out quickly. A serial cheater, leaving Mae to scrape for rent while he disappears into the night. Diabolical, really. I expected she would see it, grow tired, and come to her senses. Women always do. But now I watch her. I see the way she still looks at him. Even after the lies, the betrayals. There's something in her eyes when his name comes up. A softness, a weakness. And that troubles me. Because if Mae still sees something worth loving in him, then he may not be so easy to get rid of. Pity. I haven't yet found a way to manipulate him, but I may have to change my mind. Every man has a price, every man has a weakness, and Chris will be no different. I checked my watch, finished the last sip of my champagne, and thought to myself, women can be so weak. Mae, Mae just hasn't realized it yet. She hasn't realized how I can change her world. She doesn't need fame when she has me.
You know, sometimes I think about the words the fellas back home used to say, standing on that corner, half smiling, half daring me to try. Go on, Chris, chase that music dream, but you'll be right back here with us when the city chews you up and spits you out. I heard it so many times it carved itself into me, and I swore to myself I'd never go back. Not as a failure, not as a shell of myself. If this music thing was going to chew me up, then I'd bite back harder. I'd win at all costs. That's the only way I saw it. And maybe that's why I did what I did. The lies, the cheating, the way I left Mae to carry the weight, while I was chasing another night, another woman, another promise that never paid off. Yeah, I hurt her. I hurt plenty of people. But if you ask me why, I'd tell you the same thing every time, because I couldn't let weakness slow me down. Mae, God, I loved her. I can admit that. I still miss her, but she became my weakness, my distraction. And that, my friend, was dangerous. Dangerous for a man who had already decided there's no turning back. People think music is just talent. They don't see the hours, the grind, me teaching myself to play by ear, spending night after night with borrowed instruments, bleeding fingers, chasing sounds nobody else could hear. Then finally saving enough for classes, sneaking into studios, watching every engineer, learning how to twist a dial, how to make something raw sound like gold. That's where I belong, not on some corner back home, not in Mae's arms, no matter how much I wanted to stay there. I told myself over and over, love fades, dreams don't wait. Maybe I'll pay for it in the end. Maybe Mae was the best thing I ever had. But if I had to choose, and I already did, I'll choose the music every time. Because if I don't win in this music business, I can't exist anywhere. I remind myself every day, failure is not an option.